What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. Yeah, I know, your boy's been gone for a couple of weeks. I can't help what SAPD feels that they can do to me unjustly, but we'll get to that another day. I have a lot of catching up to do, so I'm going to kind of go on a barrage of topics, quick fire style. And then we can get caught up tomorrow whenever the episodes come out. And there's a couple of Patreon episodes that I further want to review, but here goes. I just made a post about Lamont Hill asking if he was a great addition to the podcast. And resoundingly, the answer was yes. I have to chime in on that as well because I'm part of the yes contingency. I think the cohesion that he has with every single co-host is amazing. I feel like he panders for Melissa, but it opens her up to take dog piles better and to contribute more to the pod, so I appreciate his contribution in that front. Overall, I just like Lamont Hill, and he's showing a side that I never would have paid attention to because he's always acknowledged as doctor. And notice how doctors are selective when they want to be called doctor. He's trying to appeal to a younger demographic, a wider demographic, so it's not as pointed. He's not saying Dr. Lamont Hill. He's just going as Lamont Hill, so I find that interesting. But anyway, I saw both episodes of Improper Improv. I didn't want to make a video until I saw both episodes entirely, and here's my critiques. The first episode, okay, it was bad, but it was bad in the sense that there was no cohesion. It was bad in the sense that there was no direction. It was bad in the sense that it looked like they were just throwing ideas at the wall, trying to see what stuck. It was bad in the sense that Flip didn't look comfortable in the host lead, not because he's not a good host, but because of the things that were happening. The phone's not working, the segment with the therapist, quote-unquote therapist, that didn't go well or put him in a bad light. So if the person that is running the show looks uncomfortable, it's not going to be a good look. But the second episode, first of all, let me give props to Shampoo, Shammy, whatever he wants to go by. And Danny tried to jump in front of this, but now that I'm seeing Shammy on both of these episodes, it's clear as day that Shammy told Danny in advance that he was going to join Flip whenever Improper Improv 2 came up. So that's why Danny cut his podcast short. Because honestly, I thought he was going in the right direction and it was going to be good content. But if your co-host gets out-shammied or out-flipped to another network, and that's something entirely different. I think Queens sabotaged the Stops or the Stop the King podcast that Stop had with Shammy. I think Flip saw that it was going to be something, and he already knew Improper Improv 2 was coming back out, and he already knew that he wanted Shampoo on his team. So he reached out to Shammy whenever he saw that was about to pop, and that's why it ended. But anyway, Shampoo is a great addition because he's going to speak his mind, and he's going to do the things that Flip kind of wants to do or is kind of doing on the JBP, but to another level because he's already done it on the Howard Stern show. So they already make good content together, which is why this is going to work. And episode 2 had a much better direction, so hopefully they continue to build upon those lines. As far as Parks being on every episode, you already know how I feel about that. Parks is going to continue to be on every episode, and he's not going to miss every episode, or any episode, I should say, because he is Joe's eyes, meaning he is a part of the JBN, and he is Flip's, how do I say this without actually saying this? He's his puppet master? Puppeteer? I know there's a word for it. I don't want to use the word, but y'all can kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. I don't think Flip has a handler, but that's what Parks looks like on this show. Trying to make sure everything remains in check with the JBN. I don't want Ian's input on the show to sabotage the show as well. Speaking of shows, I also contributed to some of the views on Melissa's podcast, or in essence, a health show. And if she is taking the health route, then I actually don't have anything negative to say about it. She might have a wave if she goes in that route fully. But if she's trying to make this a podcast, I don't think this is going to bode well. I do not think this is going to bode well, which is why there's so many hesitations to drop the next episode or 2 or 3. But I'm not going to dogpile Melissa. Every time I speak on her, something negative. Eventually, I'm going to have to find something positive because everybody's going to start calling me a misogynist or sexist or whatever the term is for men that don't agree with all the bullshit that women say. But anyway, I see the tension that is brewing up with the co-host, and I've been speaking on it for a long time. I don't necessarily want to break it down in this barrage of topics video that I'm doing today, just to get updated with y'all, let y'all know I'm still rocking, we still here. But anticipate videos in the future on Queen's Flip and Imani, on Ice and Ish, on Ice and Queen's Flip, and Joe and the whole cast. Anticipate videos, and I might have even said it chronologically. Anticipate these videos within the next week or so, because these all deserve breakdowns of their own 8 to 12 minute variations. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. Y'all stay tuned, man. We finna turn up, man. Hey, don't let nobody stop your grind, man. Remain focused. Y'all be safe. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.